Hello everyone. So now we are starting the CCNP Enterprise. This is Encore we are going to do now. Encore. In CCNP we need to clear two paper. Okay, in the CCNP if we need to get complete CCNP certificate we need to write two exams. One is Encore and another is the optional. We can take any depending upon your interest which one you like to write. So for that one let me show you this is we are going to discuss. This one we are going to cover. This is a 350-401 Encore. This one we are going to do in this batch. Even if you pass this exam you will get one certificate as per the new syllabus. Before in the olden syllabus we need to pass two paper, then only we will get the syllabus, but here what we need to pass, if we pass only one paper also we are going to get the syllabus certificate. So what I am planning, we will take this one, that is Encore. Okay, now in this batch we will take Encore and we will charge also for this paper only. Later we will start this one also, NRC. This is the separate batch, separate fee for this one, separate syllabus, separate notes, everything will be separate for this one. So depending upon the student, whoever is interested in NRC they can join this batch, or if they are interested they can join this batch, depend. But now we are focusing on Encore. This is the main paper. You need to pass this main paper. After that any one you can select from this list. So generally what we will say, if we need to get the CCNP, if we need to get the complete CCNP certificate, we need to write two exams. We need to write two exams. Encore is must. We need to write Encore, compulsory this one. After writing this one we can select any one paper from the this one or this one, any one paper we need to select, but this one is compulsory. So the compulsory one we are going to cover in this batch. After that I will teach this also. Whoever interested they can join this one all. This is NRC. So if you learn this two and if you pass the exam for this two, you will get the three certificate. One certificate for this one Encore, another certificate for NRC, and one more certificate saying that you are CCNP certified. So you will get three certificate when you pass this two exam. And it is not necessary you need to pass first this exam or this exam. You can write any one exam, no issue. Or if you want to write, you can write this one also, you can write this one also, you can write any exam. It is not recommend like you need to write first this or first that, nothing. You can use any one. Okay, but this is very important. If you pass this exam you can go for CCIE also. This is the CCIE written exam also, this one. You can do the CCIE lab for this one. Okay, if you pass this exam you can go for CCIE lab exam directly. So core is must. We are calling this paper as a core. Core is must plus any optional exam you need to write depending upon your interest. Some guys will go for NRC, some guys will go for SD-WAN, some guys will go for designing, some guys will go for wireless, some guys are going to go for the automation. That is depending upon the guys whoever is interested. But what we are taking, we will take now this one, and after we finish this one we will start this one. Okay, so now you have the idea. We have the two paper. To get the complete certificate we need to write two exam. So now let's see what is the syllabus and what are the main thing we have here. So same thing what we discuss here. We have Encore is compulsory, NRC is optional. So we will look NRC later. Encore is must. And Encore what we have syllabus here. The syllabus in this same like we learn in CCNP. Some topics are the same topics we have. Some topics are extra, like BGP is not there in CCNA. We have BGP, we have VPN, we have some extra topics and some extension of OSPF we have more advanced topic of OSPF. So what we are going to get in this exam, we are going to get the multiple choice and we are going to get the drop down questions also. We will not have the labs for this exam. They can give some comments, they can give some small multiple choice only, but they are not giving the lab to simulate anything in this exam. All are multiple choice. Maybe 3-4 question will be drop questions and remaining will be multiple only. and passing the exam is easy, no issue for that one, but concept is important. You need to understand the concept to clear your interview, to learn how we will work in the organization, how we can do the troubleshooting, how we will do the configuration, what we can do. We need to have the idea about that one. This exam is generally 120 minutes. Okay, this one is 120 minutes, and in this one we will get multiple and the drag down as we discussed. Let's see the syllabus for this one. Syllabus for this exam. 15% we are going to get from the architecture. 15% questions will come from here. This is like we need to have the tier 2, tier 3 architecture as we discuss in our CCNA also. Similar thing, and HSRP we will have here. Like theory we have, but anyhow we are going to do the lab, and wireless also they include here in the CCNP. We have the wireless section, and SD-WAN they put some theory about the SD-WAN, what is SD-WAN, how it is working, what are the advantage, what are the difference between the traditional WAN and SD-WAN. We have this topic in the architecture, and the on-premises and the cloud, what are the difference between them and which one is good and how we can use that they put in our architecture. SD-WAN, SD-axis, this is a theory concept. We are going to do this one also, no issue. This is a we are going to get 15% question from this topic, and we have virtualization. 10% question we are going to get from the virtualization. In this one we will have VRF and hypervisor 1, hypervisor 2, virtual machine, virtual switch, and GRE, IPsec tunnel. This one is important actually. In the real life we are using this one. VRF we are using, GRE we are using, IPsec tunneling we are using. So we will learn here how we can configure this one, how we can simulate in the GNS3 and the EVNG. We are going to use the GNS3 and EVNG. So in this one we are going to do this lab. No need to have the physical devices. We can do in our virtual lab for all this one. So here what we are doing, here we are creating the virtual routing table with this VRF. We are going to discuss in detail. Now just I am giving you the overview about the syllabus. And GRE we have, why we are using GRE means we are using the GRE because it will allow the multicasting, because our routing protocol using the multicasting. That's why we are using, but GRE is not secure. That's why we are going to configure the IPsec tunnel on the GRE, so it will be secure. We are going to see in more detail about that one. So we have these topics in our CCNP, and we are going to get the 10% question from them. Then we have infrastructure. In this one we will have the 30% questions we are getting from here, and we will have the layer 2, layer 3 troubleshooting. Like we discuss or we learn in the CCNA, what is static, dynamic, 802.1q trunking protocol, and how we will configure. Here we will discuss that one from the starting. Then we are going to learn how we can do the troubleshooting, and then we will look for the ether channel. What are the ether channel? We will learn. They ask us only troubleshooting, but we will learn what is ether channel, how we can configure, and what are the advantage by configuring the ether channel, and how we can do the troubleshooting. We are going to discuss that one. And then after that we will have the STP. We will learn from the basic. No need to worry if you don't know anything about STP. In CCNA also we are going to revise the STP, and then we are going to learn RSTP and an MST, multiple spanning tree. This one is not there in our CCNA. We have in CCNP, because when we are running the STP, spanning tree protocol, when we are running the STP, we will have the STP individual for each and every VLAN. Example, we have VLAN 10, 20, 30, so many VLAN. Example, if we have 1000 VLAN, if you are working in the ISP, internet service provider domain, you will have lot of customer and you will have the lot of VLAN. So that time separate STP is working for each and every VLAN, so CPU is going high. To overcome these types of issue, we are going for multiple spanning tree. So we will create the instance and we will add the VLAN in that one. So it will run as a one VLAN. We will see this one. We will do lab, so you will have more idea. Just I am giving you overview about this one. After that we have the layer 3. In the layer 3 we have compare routing concept for EIGRP and OSPF, but we will start what is routed protocol, what is routing protocol. From beginning we are going to discuss how we can configure the RIP, and then we will go for OSPF, then we will look for EIGRP, and we are going to discuss all about this one, how we can do load balancing and how we will do path selection, what is metric. From the beginning we are going to discuss in our class, and then we will look for the OSPF, different types of network types, and what are the algorithm we will use for OSPF and EIGRP, what is BGP, how we can configure BGP like IBGP, EBGP, and what are the difference between, why we need to use the BGP, why we will not use OSPF, what are the advantage of BGP. We are going to learn, and how we can configure we are going to check. Then we have the wireless concept. Here we have theory, but we will do one lab also about the WLC controller. Here theory, what we have, what is RF signal, what is signal to noise ratio, what is RSSI, interference noise. This is theory concept, we will discuss this one. Then AP, what is AP, and troubleshooting of WLC controller, how we can do troubleshooting, and when we open the WLC controller and when we power on the access point, how they are going to connect to the WLC controller. This theory we have, so we are going to cover that one in the wireless. Then we will do the lab also in the wireless about the WLC controller, how we can set up, and after that we have the IP services. Then in that one we will discuss about what we can say like NTP, what is network time protocol, how we can configure. Then what is NAT, what is PAT. We have static NAT, we have dynamic NAT. We will learn where we will use static NAT, where we will use the dynamic NAT. Like example, if you want to advertise your internal server, then we will use the static NAT. If you want to advertise, or if you want to only allow your users to the internet, then we will use the dynamic NAT. We are going to learn that one. And then HSRP we are going to run. VRRP we don't have in CCNA. Now we are going to learn that one also. After that we have multicast protocol, PIM and IGMP version 2, version 3. We will learn this one. Then we have 10% question coming from the network assurance. Here we are going to look how we can monitor our network, how we can troubleshoot our network. Like we are using the debug command, conditional debug, trace route, ping, SNMP, syslog. This what are the different options available to do the troubleshooting in our network. Because debug in the real network we will not use, but in the lab purpose we will do. But in the real scenario we will not do debug. Sometime we will use, if we do not have any option other than the debug, at last we will use debug. At last we will use the debug, else we will not use debug, because CPU and RAM will go high of the router and switches. That's why we will avoid to use the debug. But we will learn what is debug, how we can do that one. And in the production network, try to avoid use debug, but at last if we don't have any other option, we need to use debug also. And then we will check trace route, how we will use and how we will track if we have any issue, and ping command, SNMP. But in the real scenario ping is blocked. Okay, in the real scenario we will have the firewall in our network, so ping will be blocked. So what we can do, instead of using ping, we will use the telnet. We can use telnet and give the IP, and then we will give the port number, whatever port number, example 554 or whatever port number for that application, which one is running, which one is not running. We will use that one. We will discuss when we do that this section. We will do that. We will discuss that one. And after that we have the configure and verify device monitoring using the syslog, how we can configure syslog, how we can monitor the device. And then NetFlow is also monitoring tool, how we can use. We will look that one also. Then we have the span, RS span, and then we have ER span. We are going to discuss this one also. Like we are going to capture the packet, like if any user is sending the traffic, unnecessary traffic, we can monitor, we can control by using this one. We are going to learn how we can configure and the theory behind this one. After that we have IPSLA. IPSLA also we don't have in our CCNA. This one also not there in CCNA. This one also not there. This is a new topic for our CCNA guys who don't know, because this one is not there in CCNA. In CCNP level we have this one. So we are going to do. But IPSLA, what is IPSLA? Like IPSLA is very good tool to use. Example, let me give you one example, so you will have the idea. Let me take Blackboard here. What I will do, Imagine you have one ISP here, and you have one more ISP here, and you have one switch here, and it is connected to this ISP, and this switch is connected to this ISP. This is example fast Ethernet 0x0 of the ISP1. This is a fast Ethernet 0x0 for ISP2. I am writing ISP1 here and here as a ISP2. Okay, this is your switch, and after that you will have your router here, and from here you will have your LAN network. I am giving a simple example. In the real scenario we will use HSRP, VRRP to connect to different ISP, but normal small organization scenario I am giving. Imagine this is a client sitting and devices we have here, PC1, PC2. This is a R1 I am saying. So this one is F0x0 of the router, and this is a F0x0 of the switch. Like we are sending our traffic. Okay, what we can say, we are sending our traffic from here. This guy is accessing the internet. It is going in this way. Okay, it is going in this way. But imagine if this ISP go down. If this ISP go down, how this will switch to this one? We can say we will configure a default route. Many guys will say we will configure default route. Okay, we will configure. How we will configure? I will explain here. See here what we will do. Example here, I will write here IP route. Okay, if we want to send any traffic to the internet, if we want to send any traffic towards the internet, what we will do? We will configure default route. So example, I write IP route. We write 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0.0, and then whatever the ISP is having, we will write that IP. So example, I will write that IP. Example, imagine 1.1.1. So I am saying to this router, if any subnet mask with any IP, if you receive, forward to this IP. Okay, so it will go to this router ISP1. Imagine this ISP is having 1.1.2. In case I am saying, this is a just basic example to explain you this IPSLA. And here what we will do, we will configure IP route, and we will write here 0.0.0.0, and here also we will write 0.0.0.0, and then here we will write 1.1.1.2, and after that here AD value we did not write here, but here we will write AD value as a 10. So when we write the AD value as a 10, this AD value is high, so this route will be removed from the routing table, and you will not have this route in the routing table. You will have only this route in the routing table. When this route go down, automatically this will come up, as we know this one. But the issue here, this is the switch. Okay, this is a switch connected to your router. Your router don't know, even if this link go down, this interface will be up, because this is directly connected to the switch. This will not go down. If this is going down, you will have the indication and you will switch. Your router will change the route. Maybe some guys are confused. We are using only one link. How we can have this two connection? Means we will do here sub interface. We will do sub interface. What we will do? Let me write here. We will put this in the VLAN 10. This one, this interface, and this one we will put in the VLAN 20 ISP. This ISP is in the VLAN 10. This ISP is in VLAN 20. This one, this port I am saying. This port, I will put this port in VLAN 10, I will put this port in VLAN 20, and this port I will put as a trunk, this one. In the switch I am saying, and I will create here sub interface. Okay, I will put sub interface. So the problem what we will face, if any link go down here, this interface is up. Our router will don't know anything and he cannot change. So what we will do, we will configure IPSLA. With the IPSLA, our router is pinging to this IP or to this IP. If this IP is not giving reply, automatically our router will change the route from the routing table from there to this. So this how we will do, we will learn in the IPSLA. But now maybe you are confused why I am putting this in VLAN 10, VLAN 20. Maybe some guys don't know what is VLAN. So no need to worry, just I am giving you overview. In the real scenario, what we will do in the organization, if you are working in any company, if you are having two ISP, generally we can do this setup also. Some organizations are following this setup. they will put this interface in VLAN 10, they will put in VLAN 20 this one, this internet is in the VLAN 10, this is in VLAN 20, they will put this as a trunk and they will do sub interface router on a stick they will create, and they will do the IPSLA. So when the IPSLA, what IPSLA is doing, this router is going to ping this IP, or they will ping the Google IP. If reply is not coming, means this router is having some issue, and automatically he will change the route from his routing table from this route to this route. Even if you did not understand this one, no need to worry, just I am giving you overview about the IPSLA. So in this case we are using the IPSLA. IPSLA is very important. In real scenario we are using that one. So to explain you this one point, I go there. But even if you did not understand, no need to worry. When we jump to this topic in our regular classes, that time we will have the scenario. I have already notes, so we can study step by step that one. After that we have Cisco DNS Center. As we discussed in our CCNA, we have similar thing here. We will learn how we can control our devices by using the Cisco DNS Center. This is like a controller. With this controller we can control our devices in our organization. Means Cisco DNS Center means LAN. In our LAN network, whatever devices we have, we can control that one. And in our WAN network we will control with the SD-WAN. We will see when we go there. And then we have configure, verify, netcon and restcon. This is the API we are going to use to configure our devices, so we need to learn how we can enable that one in the router, how we can enable in the switch. So we will do a small lab for this one, how we can enable that one. After that we will have some security topics. The 20% question will come from the security topic, and here what we have, configure and verify the device access control. The basic stuff, how we'll put the line password and the password protection to our device. Then what is AAA server, how we can configure AAA. We can use Cisco ISE. Cisco ISE is 90% companies are using Cisco ISE for AAA server, but depending upon the company to company. So we will look what is AAA and how we can use the Cisco ISE. If we can do Cisco ISE, or simple lab we can do in packet tracer also. Concept is very important, but I will show you Cisco ISE how we can log in. But you need to have minimum 32 GB RAM to run this all setup for this lab. Anyhow, we will see in our syllabus we don't have Cisco ISE, but we will see how we can do. We need to understand what is AAA and how we can configure, that's all. But if possible we will do in the Cisco ISE this configuration. AAA means authentication, authorization, accounting. This topic we have in CCNA also, extension of that one we have here. And after that what we have the configure and verify infrastructure security feature. ACL access control list. Why we are using ACL? ACL is used to select the traffic. We are using to select the traffic. We are using permit or deny. These three things we are using the ACL. So this ACL we are going to see, and then we have the COP. We are going to look this one also, control plane policy, how we can put the policy, like if someone is pinging unnecessary our routers or switches, how we can drop that ping, or if someone attacker is sending the UDP packet or any package to our devices, how we can block. We are going to learn in the COP here. And then we have the REST API. We are going to discuss this one, and then wireless, different types of wireless security like web authentication, PSK. This one we are going to discuss. After that we have some more security topics, threat defense and endpoint security, next generation firewall, and some basic stuff we have here. And then we have the web authentication, MAC authentication, 802 authentication. This one we are going to discuss in our syllabus. After that we have the automation also. Automation, in automation what we have the Python here. What is Python, how we can understand the Python, and what are the advantage we are going to get in the network by using Python, and what is JSON, how we can understand what is the format, different format in JSON, and what is the benefit of using data modeling, what is data modeling, what is YUNG, we are going to discuss. And then again we have the Cisco DNS Center and vManage. We have in the SD-WAN. So what is vManage and how he is operating and how he is changing the device configuration, we are going to look that one. And then we have the REST API for the Cisco DNA Center and the RESTCon API and the construct EEM. This one example, we can use this in our router switches. Like if any interface go down, automatically that interface can come up by writing some script inside the device. That one we will learn how we can do the troubleshooting or collect data, or how we can auto configure by using EEM. After that we have what is agent and agentless. Agentless is nothing but the like agent means we need to have some software installed in the device. Agentless means no need to install anything, directly we can use. So we have the management tool like Chef, Puppet, Ansible, Salt Stack. We are having this tool. So with this tool we are going to manage our devices. Management tool, we can say manage our devices, like if we want to change the configuration, if we want to monitor, we can do by using the Chef, Puppet, Ansible. Ansible is the agentless, whereas Chef, Puppet is a agent based. We need to install the software, but we can use this one also agent based, but they will install temporary software in the temp folder in the device. So we will see that time. So here what we have, like what is agent, what is agentless, what are the management software we will use in our devices we have. So basic requirement for this one, to join this course, we need to have the basic CCNA understanding. Even if you don't know, no issue, we are going to go from the beginning, so you will have the idea about that one. So this is the topics we have in our syllabus. After that, these are the icons we are going to use. This is basic icons in our topology we will use. We will do labs in the EVNG, GNS3 and the packet tracer. These three software we are going to use, so we will have these icons. I hope already everyone know this icon. This is access point, printer, PC, laptop, server. All the guys already know these devices. And now we will discuss some basic stuff in our today class. So like network, what is network? Already many guys know. In your own words you can reproduce. It is not necessary you need to remember, you need to by heart the sentence or definition. Just what we can say, a network is a collection of device and end system that connect to each other and they can communicate with each other. Example, we can give the smartphone, router, switches, computer. These all are the end devices. We can say this is a computer, server, smartphone is the end devices. End devices means at last it is connected to network. So network, what we are saying, network is a collection of device and the end system connect to each other. In your own words you can define. This is the basic stuff, just to know what is network and what is the advantage of network. Advantage, what we will get, we can share the resources, we can access the server not present in our network, it is present in any other network also, we can access with the help of networking. And we can share the resources, like in the share folder we can put the resource and we can share with the help of network only, all the guys can access that one. And what are the component we will have? We will have the PC, we will have the network card. With the computer we will access the resources, and network card is nothing but our LAN card. With the help of LAN card only we can connecting to the network. LAN card is nothing but NIC card we are saying, that is network interface card. And this one we have the MAC address, and with the all different LAN card is having different MAC address, as we discussed before in the CCNA level. This is basic, anyhow no problem. When we go for regular classes we will discuss this basic again. And these are the some basic command we are using for CCNA, like ping. This is very important for our lab purpose, we need to know ping. I hope everyone know this one. And we use IP configuration to check the IP address of the computer, IP config /all to check the IP address and the MAC address. And if we want to get the MAC, we will use the get MAC command also. And to check the ARP, ARP-A we will use to get the ARP table. If we want to delete ARP, we will use ARP-D to delete the app. And to check our public IP, we will write what is my IP, or we can go to the website what is my IP address to check our public IP. This is the basic commands we are going to use in our labs. And then now we will look for the router. What is router? This is not in our syllabus, but we are just brushing up the concept of whatever we learn in CCNA, just to have the idea before going to the main topics. So router is a layer 3 device, we can say. Router is a layer 3 device of the OSI model, we can say network layer device. And why we are using router we are using to make the communication between different network. As we have this definition from long time, let me write here. Example, I have one PC here. I am going from the basic beginning level, so no need to worry if you know already. Maybe some guys don't know, just I am revising the topic. Okay, just I am revising the topic, so they will have the idea about that one. So example, see here, I am writing here 192.168.1.1, and here I am using also the same network 192.168.1.1.2. So they can communicate, no issue for this one, because they are in the same network. This is a network and the host, and this is a network and the host. How we know network and host means we have the IP address, we have the classes, class A, class B. As we learn in the CCNA level, this one we don't have in CCNP, but anyhow we have the class A, class B, class C. In class A, what we are writing? We are writing /8, means we have 255.0.0.0. This is the subnet was for the class A. For class B, we have /16. We have 2 times 255.0.0. And in the class C, we will write the /24. That is, we have 255.255.255.0. Okay, 3 times we have. So this one we are saying, and in the class A, we can say 1N, remaining is host. Like this, if we want to represent in the network and the host, we can write like this. And in class B also we can write the 2 network and 2 host like this. And in class C also we can write 3 network and 1 host. So this way I am saying that both are in the same network. We need to compare wherever the network portion that to be match. We have 192 here, here also 192, here is 168, here also 168, here is 1, here is 1, is okay. Host portion will vary. So this is H, and here is H is 1, here is 2, so no issue for this one. Only network portion need to be matched. So they are in the same network, they can have communication, no issue here. We can say we don't have any issue, they can have the communication. But in case, example, here if we have 2, 192.168.2.2, then we will have issue, because this network portion, this network, this is a network. So 3 things, 1, 2, 3, this is not matching. Here is 2, here is 1. So we will not have the communication. We will not have the communication. To make the communication between them, we need to bring the router. So we can say router is a device which is used to make the communication between 2 different networks, 2 or more different networks. So this is a definition. We can define router is a layer 3 device or network layer device which is used to make the communication between 2 or more different networks. And also we can say router is a device which is used to make the connection and connectivity between the LAN to WAN. We can say LAN to WAN also. How we can say LAN to WAN? Because WAN is nothing but wide area network, LAN is nothing but local area network. Local area network means in your office. Example, in your office, whatever devices you have, you can say that is LAN. But one router we are having in between, ISP, internet service provider, STC, mobile, anyone is giving you the connection. Okay, anyone is giving the connection. You are connecting and your office LAN network is going to the WAN. Your devices, your user can access the WAN connectivity. Your user can access the Google server, Facebook server, anything. So our router is used to make the connectivity between the LAN to the WAN. So you can define in your own words. Not necessary that you need to by heart all the definition, anything. You need to just understand the concept and reproduce in your own words. What you will say? Router is a device which is used to make the communication between 2 or more different networks, and also it is used to connect the LAN and WAN network. We can say this way also. We can define this way also. Okay, so this is a theory. If you want, I can show you a small lab also here. If you see, let me see here. This is the Ether channel lab. Let me take here. I will say basic. Let me do basic lab. I am doing basic lab. Okay. So what we will do, first of all, what we will do, we will take 2 PC. Okay. This is a VPC. I am using the GNS3 now. Tomorrow we are going to learn how we can install the GNS3, how we can install the EVNG, and how we can use. If you don't know also, no need to worry. See here, this is a GNS3. I will just go here. I will click to this machine. Here I have VPC. This is like a PC I have. I will take one PC here. I will take one more PC here. Okay, I have two PC. I have two PC here. What I will do here, I will take the cable. Okay, this way I will select the cable and click here Ethernet 0. I will click here Ethernet 0. So these two PCI connected here. These two PCI connected here. Now what I will do, I will click this one. With this one I will have the port number, and with this one we can define the label here. I can write 192.168.1.1. okay, just I am writing the label. So by seeing the label we know this machine is having this IP, and I will take here also. Here what I will say here 1.2. so this is 1.1, this is 1.2. okay, and how we can assign, we need to right click, we need to start this one, and here also right click and start this one. So these two PC are starting, and if you want to take the console, right click and click the console. Console will open. It will open in the putty. Okay, and then I will click here also. I will open the console. So we have the console of this two PC. We have the console of this two PC. Now here, so what I will do here for this console, I can assign the IP. This for lab purpose we will use this PC. We can have Windows 10, Windows 8 also, but it will consume lot of RAM. So first we will start the basic lab with this one. We can write show IP. So we will get here, we don't have any IP here. Okay, 000, nothing. So we can assign here. Example, I want to assign the IP. I will write IP and whatever IP you want to give. Example, I want to give 192.168.1.1 and /24. And example, if you have the default gateway 192.168.1.100 as a default gateway, I will assign this one. It is checking there is any duplication or not. Then we can verify also it is good or not. So if you see, we have this IP 192.168.1.1 and we have this is a default gateway. We can save this one, and same thing we can do for this PC also. I will write here show IP. We don't have any IP, then we can write here IP, and we can write 192.168.1.2 /24, and I can give space. I will write 192.168.1.100, and then we will check the IP also here. After that I will write show IP and we will check everything is okay. I want to save. I will save this one. So this device, we have the IP of this device. I can move this device like this. I can select, I can move up here, and we can zoom in this device. If you want zoom, we can zoom also this way. We can increase the size of this device, and now we have the same network, so they should communicate. So we can verify. Ping command we use here. I am writing ping 192.168.1.2. so reply is coming, everything is good, no issue. Okay, reply is coming, everything is good, no issue. But in case, imagine if this guy is having different IP like 192.168.1, instead of 1 he has 2.1 /24, and I will write 192.168.2.100. even if I did not write gateway, no issue, just I am assigning the gateway also. Without gateway also we can do, because whenever we are having the router we will use the gateway. Now I will check show IP. So when I check we have the new IP, I will save this configuration. Now this is a IP. Okay, different network. As I told, network portion 3 portion, because we are using class C IP. So this is network, this is network, this is network. So different network we have now. Anyhow, we will try to ping, and then I will paste that one and I will ping. We will not have the communication. Why we will not have the communication? Because they are different network. Different network cannot communicate. So we need to take the router. So in this scenario, we will take one router. I have one router. I will take this router. Okay, and we will put the router in between here. So let me delete this cable from here, and we will connect. We will reconnect the cable. Let me take this cable. I will delete this cable. I will delete. I will take one router in between, and I will connect this cable to this router, and then again this from this router to this cable. This is basic lab. I am showing how the different network can communicate. So this router I will start now, and then we will take the console of this router and we will assign just IP to the console of this one. What IP we will assign? I will assign here 1.100 as we told default gateway. So 1.100 for this side, and the other side I will take this one as a 2.100. This will be 2.100. Okay. So this is the we will open the console of this router. I think console open already. So this is a console of this router. So what we will do here, I will go to the global configuration mode and let me check the where is the this one, our GNS. So here this is a fast Ethernet 0x0. So we will go interface fast Ethernet 0x0. I will assign the IP. I hope you already know, but anyhow, let me write here. We need to write IP address and then the IP and the subnet mask. We already learned in the CCNA. If anyone is having any issue, no problem, they can ask me also. I will explain from the basic. So we are writing 1.100 and then 255.255.255.0. We will write this one. Okay, 192.168 1.100 255.255.0. This is a gateway of our PC, and then we will go for another interface of F1/0 and we will assign here also IP address. We will write 192.168.2.100 and then 255.255.255.0, and we will write no shut here also. After that we can verify whatever we configure is correct or not. With the which command we will use? Show IP interface brief. This command we will use, show IP interface brief. So if you see fast Ethernet 0x0, we have this IP 1.100. Fast Ethernet 1/0, we have 2.100, this one. So everything is good, no issue. Now our PCs are able to communicate. Let's see, before they are unable to communicate. Now let's see, now it is working. So how it is working? Because we are using the router. So what we are saying, router is a device which is used to make the communication between two different networks. Okay, so we learn this one with the router, and let me go to the slide. So here what we are saying, the same thing. This is a router is a device which is used to make the communication between different network. And after that we can go for the modes. This is the router modes. So if you see here, already we know about this one, but anyhow let me make this big. If you see, we have the user executive mode, okay, and we have the privilege mode, we have the global configuration mode, and then we have specific modes also like interface mode. Different modes we have. So generally when we open, we will have here like user mode. In this mode we will write enable and we will go for the privilege mode. Here also we can run some commands, show commands we will run, some troubleshooting we can do here. But if we want to do any configuration, then we will go for the global configuration mode. As just now I go in this mode, and after that we have different interface mode. If you want to go to the interface, we will use the interface mode. We have different modes here. So you need to have this basic idea how we can configure the router, because we are going to do the configuration of routers, switches, all that one. So this one need to have idea. Even if you don't know, no problem. When we are doing the configuration, we will repeat the basic thing. After that, this is the same thing theory. This is a user mode, and some commands we can run like ping, telnet, version. Then we have privilege mode. We can run here also some basic troubleshooting command. Then we have global configuration mode. We can do the configuration here, basic configuration, whatever configuration you need, you can do in the global configuration mode. Then we have the interface mode. In the interface mode we can go and we can assign the IP. Just now we checked. And we have ROM mode. In that one, if we forget the password, we will get the password by going in this mode, and like restarting router, we can recover the password in this one. So after that we have the Cisco iOS. So we are using inter-network operating system. This is the iOS of the routers and the switches we have. So this is generally a CLIE type, means we will do with the console cable, or we can do telnet or SSH, but we need to write the CLI commands in the router and the switch. Just now as we configure that one, same thing. So we will use this. This is a basic what operating system is available in the system, in the router or system. Just we need to type show version to get the detail which version is working in your router. Example that is 12.4, this one. And if you want to check when this router is started, from how many months or year it is working, you will get that detail also here. Like when I started, that time only I run this command, so it is giving me 0. But example, if I write here in this router, let me check our router, this one, our router, this one. If I go here in this router, we are having this router, right? If I write here show version, if you see this one, this time I am saying in interview, some guys are getting this question also. They are asking how you can check this router is running from how many years or how many days. If they ask you, you can run show version and you will get here. You will get here what we are getting here, R1 uptime is 5 minutes. But in the real scenario, you will get 3 years, 4 days, 5 hours, like this. You will have the big statement here. Okay, but in our lab just now we start, that's why we are getting the 5 minutes. So we have the iOS, we can check the iOS. If anyone asks you which operating system, what version is running, you can type this command show version and you will get here the detail about the router operating system or switch operating system. After that, what we have the basic command, like generally we are using show running configuration, show startup configuration, show flash, show version, show IP interface brief. This is the basic command we are using. After that, we have the switch. Switch is also having the same functionality, like if we go for the layer 3, but for the layer 2 is different, layer 3 is different. Just remember, in your own words you can define. We can say switch is a device which is used to connect the multiple LAN network, multiple devices within the same network. Keyword here what we can use, same network. A router is a device which is used to connect two or more different network, but here we can say switch is a device which is used to connect multiple system in a LAN, and we can say same network. In router we are saying different network, but here same network. So why we need switch? Because we want to connect multiple devices, so we use the switch. Like our power extension, basic example I am giving power extension. If you have the power socket, you need to connect many devices, you will take the power extension card. Same like this, if you want to connect the devices in the network, you will take the switch to connect that one. And switch also we have different types. We have manageable switch, we have unmanageable switch. What is manageable means we can configure, we can access. How you know this is manageable or unmanageable? Just you can check console port is available or not in the switch. If you don't have console port, it is unmanageable. If you have console port, then we can say manageable. So here what we can say, we can assign the IP address, we can create the VLAN, we can have the console port in the manageable switch. Unmanageable switch means we cannot assign the IP address, we cannot have the console port, we cannot do anything. In our syllabus we don't have unmanageable. If you see a small internet shop or any small offices, they are using the unmanageable switch. But in the real scenario, in the production network, we are not using unmanageable switch. We are using the manageable switch. So with the manageable switch, we will have the like VLANs, we will have management IP, we will configure the telnet, we will configure the SSH, so we can take the remotely. So again, our switch is divided into two types. We have the layer 2 and layer 3. Layer 2 and layer 3. What are the main difference means? Here layer 3 work as a router also. If we are having the switch which is layer 3 switch, we can use that one as a router also, but layer 2 we cannot use as a router. And layer 2 device is working on the MAC address. Switch is working on the MAC address. Switch is working on the MAC address. So we have two types. We have layer 2 and layer 3. Layer 3 also known as multi-layer switch. And here we can do the configuration as we can use this switch as a router also. But whereas layer 2 we cannot use, and it is working on the data link layer or layer 2 layer we can say. And what are the difference thing we have in the, what we can say, in the layer 3 and layer 2? In the layer 2 we cannot configure the routing protocol. In the layer 3 we can configure the routing protocol. And what else we can say? We can say like we can configure the SSH or telnet in layer 2 and layer 3 both the devices, so we can remotely access the device by using the telnet or SSH. Telnet and SSH. This is the protocol we are using to take the device remotely. Our router or switch we will take remotely, but in some companies they are not using telnet because it is not secure. Most of the companies are using SSH because it is secure, because data will go in the encrypted form, so no one can see, but here it is in the clear text, everyone can see. We can do basic lab to understand that one. Let me show you that one. As I am saying here, as we have already the GNS here, so let me make another lab. Let me stop this device, or let me stop this device. We will take two router and we can do this lab. Telnet SSH we will verify. Unsecure, telnet is unsecure, so telnet and SSH lab. Okay, so what I will do, I will take two router to do this lab. This is a basic lab just to verify telnet we are saying unsecure and SSH are secure. Just we need to verify. I taken two router. I will take cable. I will connect from fast Ethernet 0x0 to fast Ethernet 0x0. Okay, both are having fast Ethernet 0x0 here and here. Let me start the devices and close this console of this device, and we will start this device. We will start this device, and then we will take the console of this one, and we will take the console of other device also. So we have two devices. Let me assign the IP. We will use the same IP schema. I will write here. Example, we will use 192.168.1. Or let me take 12.0. okay, /24. I am writing, this is the IP schema we are going to use. I am writing this here. So this will be have 192.168.12.1 and this will have 12.2. Just let me do the configuration fast. This is a basic configuration. We need to go to the global configuration mode, then I will go to the interface fast Ethernet 0x0. Okay, and then I will write IP address, and I will write 192.168.1.12.1, 255.255.255.255.0, and I will write no shell. Okay, just I assign the IP address. What I done here, just I assign the IP address here. Now I need to do the telnet. First we will do the telnet. Okay, so what I will do, I will create one user here. I will write username admin, and privilege we will give all privilege 15, and then password admin, both I am giving as a admin. Okay, and we will do enable password also, enable secret I will give admin. Okay, all are admin I am giving. Just what I configure, I created one user and I put the enable password. Now what I will do the LAN VTY 0 to 4. Okay, what I am doing, I am configuring the telnet. Just to show you telnet is not secure. Telnet we already learned in our CCNA level, but no issue. If you have any confusion, I will explain again. Now just I am showing you the difference between the telnet and SSH. So we write LAN VTY 0 to 4, then we will write login local, means I am saying login local from local database. So now I configure the telnet is configured here. If you want to verify telnet is configured correctly or not, what we can do, we can do the telnet, we can stay in the same device, just we will write telnet and we will write same IP 192.168.12.1, same device IP, and then press enter. If it is open and it is coming, means our telnet configuration is good. I will write admin, and then password also I give admin, so I enable here. Okay, I will exit this one. Just I will exit this device. Now let me go to another device. We need to configure the IP in this device also. I will write interface fast Ethernet 0x0, then we will write IP address and we will write 192.168.12.2, and then we write 255.255.255.0, and we will write no shut here. Okay, and from here, imagine this is a device, this is a router R2 router. From here we are going to telnet. Okay, so what I will do here, we will capture. I will do here, I will select this, I will start capturing. Okay, I will start capturing, I will capture the packet. So I am using the Wireshark to capture this one. This is a, what we can say, Wireshark is a network analyzer. He is going to capture the traffic. Okay, I will write telnet. Okay, I am going to capture the telnet packet here. So I wrote telnet here, still no packet. I will minimize and then we will start the session. I am in R2. I will do telnet to R1. What is R1 IP? I will write 192.168.12.1. I will press enter. Okay, so it is open. I will write admin and then I will write admin, and then we are here. I will write show IP interface brief. Okay, I am writing show run. Whatever I am doing, just I am doing some basic checking. Show version. Okay, I am doing this all. Now if you see here, this all packets are going here, telnet. Imagine anyone hacker capture our packet with, so imagine someone capture our packet. We will go here and this TCP stream. If you see, if anyone sitting in our network, if any hacker capture our packet, you can see easily. See what we have: username is admin, we have the password is admin. After that we wrote show IP interface brief, we get this output. We write show run, we get this configuration, and all this configuration, everything is in clear text. Anyone can see what we are doing. That's why we are saying telnet is not secure. What we are saying, telnet is not secure. Okay, so now we verify telnet is not secure, as we are saying telnet is not secure. So we verify that one. Now I will close the bash sharp here. You understand, right? Like what we done, just we captured the packet. We go to any packet here and we right click, we say follow TCP stream, and we check whatever we done, that is in the clear text. Anyone can read that one. This one we done. Now what I will do, I will okay, we will, I think I close already, but anyhow let me go stop this, and I will go to R2. Let's configure R2 as SSH. Okay, let me exit this one. I will exit. Okay, now I am in the R2. In the R2 I am going to configure the SSH, and then we are going to take the SSH from R1 and we are going to capture the packet and we are going to check that one. So what I will do here, enable, how we will configure the SSH. We will go here, host name we have R2, and then we will write IP domain name. We can give any name. I will write ABC, and then we will write crypto key generate RSA. Okay, and here he is asking the value, so we can give any value. We will give example 7, 8, 9, anything. He generated the keys. Okay, and now we need to enable the SSH. What we will do to enable the SSH, we will write the IP SSH version 2. We are going to use the version 2. Version 2 is more secure compared to version 1. Okay, that's why we are using. If you want version 1, we can use version 1 also. This is the basic configuration for the what we can say SSH. I am configuring the SSH. After that we will write LAN VTY 024 transport input SSH, and then we will write login login local, and we need to create the local also, username and password. So I will create the user name admin. We will give same thing, privilege we will give 15, and then we will give the password as password is also admin. Enable secret we will give admin. Okay, so in this device what we done, in R2 we configure the SSH. In R2 we configure the SSH. We don't have in our syllabus SSH, it is in the CCNA. Just I am explaining you the concept. No need to worry if you don't know this one. I will share you some notes and some video so you can learn this one, no issue. Okay, so now what we will do, we will go to the R1, and now we are going to do the SSH. So first of all I will start capturing the packet. Let's see, it will work. Sometime it will not work, so we need to close and open. I think now it is not working. Let me check. Start via sharp. Let me see. Okay, let me check here if we can get SSH traffic. Okay, I will press OK. So now what I done, I open the Wireshark. Wireshark is a network analyzer tool we use to analyze the traffic. Okay, and now we configure the SSH in R2, and R2 is having the IP. What IP we have in R2? Here, let me show you IP. Show IP interface brief. If you see, we have the 192.168.12.2. Okay, so now we are going to SSH. We are going to SSH from the R1. Okay, how we will SSH? We will write SSH -L and username. What is username? Admin. And what is the IP? 192.168.12.2. Okay, I will press enter, and then password I will write admin. Okay, now I am inside the router. I will write show IP interface brief, and then I will write show run. Just I am doing anything just to show you. Here I wrote show run, show run, show run, and after that we will write show version or anything, whatever, something we will run, some configuration, so we can capture the packet and we can observe. I will write show version. Okay, this thing I wrote. Now we can check here. We have this SSH packets. Okay, we are using here, if you see here in this packet analyzer, what we are getting, this is the source and this is the destination SSH connection. Okay, and if we capture any packet, this is a encrypted. Already we are getting here, it is a encrypted. If you want, just click here, follow your TCP stream, and if you see, you cannot read. Okay, in the telnet we can read whatever we are doing. Here it look like a garbage value. We don't know anything what is happening in the background. This is a garbage value. Okay, this is a garbage value, we cannot understand. So what we done, we verify SSH is more secure compared to telnet. Telnet is not secure. Telnet is sending the data in the clear text. SSH is sending the data in the encrypted form. We verify that one. Okay, so let's go to our slide. Just I want to show you, so I show you some basic thing. So switch we are saying, telnet, SSH we are saying. Okay, telnet and SSH. So what we told, telnet is not secure, SSH is more secure. We are using this one to connect remotely our devices. Okay, currently what we are using telnet and SSH to connect our device remotely. In the real scenario, we are using SSH to connect to our routers, switches. Why we are using? Because let me draw here some points. Imagine you have your router or switch in the 4th floor. Okay, 4th floor, and you are sitting here in the ground floor, and if you want to change some configuration here, you need to go to 4th floor. But example, if you don't want to go to 4th floor, you have devices, all the switches, and you have all the connectivity. So by sitting in your PC, you can open your PuTTY software and you can do the SSH this device. And when you do SSH of this device, you will have the console of this router and you can make the changes. Okay, you can make the changes. This way we are doing. And if you want, I can show you here. Let me show you how we can do that one in basic thing, like here I can show you what I can do. Let me take one NAT cloud. I will show you how we can take PuTTY and how we can do that one. I will take one NAT cloud. Okay, this NAT cloud, why I am using, I want to connect my device to my local PC. Okay, I want to connect this router to my local PC, so I can take the PuTTY here. I can take the PuTTY from here and I can access that device. That's why I am connecting to the NAT cloud. And what I will do here this R2, I will look this interface fast Ethernet 1/0. I will go here to this interface in the global configuration mode, and I will write interface fast Ethernet 1/0. Okay, and I will write IP address DSCP, and then I will write no shut. Okay, I am doing this configuration from the R1. I will remove this. Okay, let me, So this is R1, but anyhow I done the configuration in the R2. So this is R2. If you see here, I am writing show IP interface brief. Now I have the IP. What IP I have? This is the IP I have. Okay. From where I get this IP? From my NAT cloud I get this IP. This is my NAT 192.168.65.151. If you want, I will show you. If you see this one, this is my VMware workstation. If we go here in the virtual edit virtualization, here we can get our NAT IP. If you see, this is my NAT, okay, 192.168.65.0. And if you want to check, this is my gateway 192.168.65.2. So this is my NAT IP. So what I done here, what I done means I get the IP to my router with the NAT clouds. Why I get from here? Because same network will work, so I can connect from my laptop. So I taken my laptop, okay, I am taking the PuTTY software. Imagine you are connected with your network somewhere in your office and you open your PuTTY software. You will click the SSH, and SSH port number is 22, and this one we will write the IP. What is the IP we have here? This is the IP, and then we will press OK, and you will have like this. You will accept, and then you will have the login. You log into this router, okay. What is the login username? Admin, okay, and then what is the password? Admin. So now you are in the device. So in the real scenario, what we will do, your machine is connected to any switch or any devices, any switch. You can open your PuTTY software. Same just now what I done. We will open the PuTTY. Let me show you what we done. Just we will open the PuTTY like this, and we will select the SSH, and here we will put the SSH port number, that is 22, and here the device IP, whatever the device, and then you will press OK. You will have the login panel. You will write admin and the password, then you can access this router. You can do the configuration whatever you want, examples, show version, show thing. So what, this is the GNS3 router, okay, it is in the GNS3, but I connected with my local machine. This PuTTY is installed in my local machine. So this way we can connect also. We will learn this one, how we can access, how we can do with our labs. We will do this way, okay. So this we learn. After that what we have, and in our labs what we are going to use, we are going to use the packet tracer. Packet tracer is also very important tool. We can analyze some packets also for STP. We can learn some packets for the R. Basic concept we can clear with the packet tracer. So what we are going to use to learn this lab, this course, we are going to learn the packet tracer. We are going to use the GNS3. We are going to use the EVNG. These three we are going to use in this lab, okay. So in our next class we are going to learn how we can install the GNS3 and EVNG. So I am going to share all the setup, okay. First I will explain you how we can install, then we will share the whatever software we need for to run this one and this one. No need to worry, all the everything, images, everything we will share with you. So packet tracer, already I hope you know packet tracer. Many guys are using packet tracer. So this is from the Cisco we can use, and we can analyze our labs. And then we have GNS3. How GNS3 look? It is like this. Just now what we use, that is a GNS3. In this one we can run the multi-vendor device, and we can simulate our lab. But here we will focus on the router and switches, not the firewall. But later we can see one firewall, some basic stuff in this one, no issue. So we can run the firewall also in the GNS3. Another thing, we can use the EVNG. Some guys are using EVNG. We have two versions here, community edition and the professional edition. Professional edition is a paid one, $110 every year, and the community edition is free. We can use the community edition. And what we can say in the community edition, we have one issue, like if you power on the device, you cannot connect the cable or remove the cable. You need to switch off the device. Whereas if you see in the GNS3, no need to switch off the device. No need to switch off the device. If you see here, just now I connect this cable, okay, without switch off this router. But in GNS3, if we are using community edition, you need to switch off the router and connect the cable and switch off the router again. But if you take the paid version of that one, that is professional edition, directly you can connect as we are doing here in the GNS3. So no issue, we are going to use GNS3 EVNG packet tracer. and up to you, you can use anything. Regarding the laptop specification, you can have 4 GB RAM also, but here you can do less number of router you can use. It is better if you have 8 GB RAM, it will be good. If you have 16 GB RAM, then that will be very good. So for packet tracer, no issue. For EVNG, actually we need to have at least 8 to 16 GB RAM for EVNG and the GNS3 to do that lab. So this is our first class, just basic concept. So let me stop the recording.